Hello guys, welcome to another video. Now this is going to be a short one explaining the interaction between Desecrate and the maximum limit on Raise Spectre, because I think this tech has become even more useful in 3.23 with the addition of new transfigured gems such as Detonate Dead of Chain reaction. Whether player corpse skills are getting nerfed or not in 3.24 is yet to be known as of posting this video, but to be honest, even if they do get nerfed, my guess would be that when you run the new numbers, they're probably still going to be very serviceable abilities and will likely still be top league starting builds. Now, I made a video recently documenting Ben's Gauntlet winning Necromancer build, which used Volatile Dead of Seeding to inflict massive damage via poisons using the Inextricable Fate unique boost. You can check that video out right here. But in that video, I mentioned this tech, and I had some comments requesting further detailing on the interaction here. So most players that play often with corpse skills like Detonate Dead will likely already know about how this functions, but back in patch 3.17, GGG removed the necessity of using Raise Spectre to bring spectred corpses into zones for use with Desecrate or Corpse Walk. How this used to function was that you'd have several Raise Spectre minions which have high life multipliers. And whenever you enter a new zone, those Spectres' corpses were added to the corpse pool for that zone, so that Desecrate would then have a chance to summon one of those corpses. The benefit here being that you can now use skills like Detonate Dead to explode one of those corpses, and because the corpse has much higher life than an average monster in that zone, the explosion subsequently deals much more damage. But in 3.17, GGG removed the need to have the Raise Spectre gem socketed in your build, because they changed the behaviour of Desecrate and Corpse Walk to have a memory function that saves your most recent Raised Spectres to a list of corpses. This list is capped by your maximum Raised Spectre limit, and how this works now is that whenever you use Desecrate, or whenever Corpse Walk summons a corpse, each individual corpse has a static 15% chance to instead be replaced by a randomly selected corpse from your saved Raised Spectre corpse list. This means that once you've raised some Spectres with high life multipliers, you're free to safely remove the Raise Spectre gem, as Desecrate and Corpse Walk will keep these Spectre corpses saved in the list and bring that list of saved Spectre corpses into any new zone you enter, effectively functioning in the same way that it used to when entering a zone with actual Raised Spectre minions. The difference being that these builds no longer have to worry about losing their Raised Spectre minions, or things like a secondary Spectre Bank character, and they have an extra gem slot to boot. However, the tech here is that in functionality, the Raise Spectre corpse list is essentially the same as bringing that entire list of actual Raise Spectre minions into the new zone in older patches. Each and every Spectre corpse on the saved list is added to the existing corpse pool of any new zone you enter, and you may be thinking that this doesn't matter since Desecrate and Corpse Walk have a fixed chance to spawn those corpses. But the thing is, the interaction here is not about the 15% of the time that Desecrate forces a spawned corpse from that list. It's actually about the 85% of the time that it doesn't. Whenever a corpse is spawned by Desecrate or Corpse Walk that isn't a forced Spectre corpse from the list, it will instead choose a random corpse from all of the available corpses in the zone. And the corpses in the zone now also include every Spectre corpse from your Raise Spectre corpse list, because that list is added to the zone when you first enter it. This means that Desecrate and Corpse Walk can spawn a Spectre corpse even though they don't roll a forced Spectre corpse spawn, because they can randomly choose a Spectre corpse from the pool of available corpses in the zone. Therefore, by increasing your maximum Raise Spectre limit and raising many high life unique Spectre minions, you're also increasing the list of saved Spectre corpses for Desecrate or Corpse Walk, and all of those corpses are brought into every new zone that you enter. The more Spectre corpses on the list, the higher chance you have to spawn a Spectre corpse whenever those skills roll the 85% chance to choose a random corpse from the zone pool. Okay, flashbang warning. Here's a diagram to illustrate this in action. This is the zone corpse pool. Each light blue square represents a different pre-existing corpse in the zone. And this here is the character's saved Spectre corpse pool. The character has a maximum Raised Spectre limit of 2, and raised 2 unique Spectres. So the character enters the zone, and this is now the zone's corpse pool, assuming those corpses didn't already exist in the zone. When Desecrate doesn't roll the 15% chance to choose a forced Spectre corpse, it will choose a corpse from the zone pool, so there's now a small chance that it will choose one of the Spectre corpses that the player has brought into that zone. Let's say the character instead had a maximum Raise Spectre limit of 7, and they raised 7 unique Spectres. Assuming those corpses didn't already exist in the zone, this would now be the zone corpse pool. So you can see that the chance of spawning a Spectre corpse when Desecrate chooses a random corpse from the zone corpse pool has increased. Now, the usefulness of this interaction is entirely based on how many corpses there are in any given zone relative to the character's maximum Raise Spectre limit corpse list. In a zone where there are limited corpses, this interaction can boost damage by a substantial amount, whilst a zone that is flooded with corpses, the increase in damage will be fairly insignificant. Increasing your maximum Raise Spectre limit is straightforward and usually quite cheap, mostly because the unique items that provide this stat are fairly common. A Raise Spectre gem of level 13 will have a maximum limit of 2 Spectres, while getting the gem to level 25 will yield 3. The Death Attunement notable passive skill at the top of the tree provides +1 to maximum number of Raise Spectres, and on characters that are not close to this area of the passive tree, this can be anointed for 1 clear, 1 crimson and 1 silver oil. The Queen's Decree is a 2-handed unique sword, which grants +1 maximum Spectre, though if you have 2 Midnight Bargain unique wands, you'll want to dual wield these instead to gain +1 maximum Spectre from each. The Wraith Lord unique helmet grants +2 maximum Spectres and also grants 2 gem levels to socketed minion gems, which may help you reach that level 25 Raise Spectre gem. You can also obtain a further +1 maximum Spectre from a body armor with the Delve drop only prefix modifier, which grants this stat. Remember that you only have to do this once, and once you've increased your maximum Raise Spectre limit to the desired amount, be sure to raise unique Spectre minion types up to the maximum limit. If you're unsure about which Spectres have the highest life multipliers, you can look through a list of these on PODB, I'll link that in the description below. But most, if not all of the Spectres you'll need can be obtained in campaign areas. You're looking for Spectres with life multipliers of 360% or higher. Even if they're higher than 360%, they'll be functionally the same as a 360% life multiplier Spectre corpse, because the high life totals for Spectres was normalized in patch 317, so that they match that of a Kitava's Herald Spectre, which has a 360 life multiplier. Once you're done, you can safely remove the Raise Spectre gem, unequip the gear, and unspec out of any nodes used to add maximum Spectres. And that's the interaction between maximum Spectre limit and summoning corpses with Desecrate or Corpse Walk, a useful interaction if you're playing those types of builds. Shout out to my patrons, thank you for your support. If you'd like to support this channel going forward, you can check out the new Patreon that I've set up, the link is in the description below. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.